Hey guys, welcome back to Penny for Your Thoughts. Excuse the sounds of children playing outside if that happens to interrupt my dialogue. Darn those kids. Anyway, so as you may know, if you're a regular on this channel, I did just finish listening to BTS's new album and rediscovering my inner fangirl and utilizing that reawakened part of my soul. I think it's time that I start trying to understand Sleep Token. So let's get into it with some music videos. Alright, so I'm now for the first time taking a look at their YouTube channel, which I've just discovered recently, like last week. I remembered that YouTube exists. So yeah, I see that they have music videos for Thread the Needle. What else do they have? Hold on, let me sort this by oldest. Thread the Needle is there. Fields of Elation is there.
1, 2, 3.
Hey Ya!
My baby don't mess around because you.
That's gonna need to be its own video, guys. Oh my god. There's a history with me in Hey Ya, and I will explain it in that video for sure. I love that song, and it's formative. Yeah, okay, well, darn, I'm gonna watch that later today. Bo show. Okay, but for now, let's just start with Thread the Needle. I'm gonna be trying to kind of recreate the experience of learning about them through their work as opposed to looking stuff up. So as I go through all of these videos, I'll keep learning more and the lore will reveal itself to me, I am sure. All right.
Bury me inside this labyrinth bed. We can feel that time is dilated. We can spend the night in fascination. You can thread the needle time and time again. It's time. To confide in, something to erase. Just look where we're lying, invisible space. We can spend the night in fascination. You can thread the needle time and time again.
Okay. second.
You said
There are a couple of different motifs that I'm seeing here and recognizing, and I want to name them before I go on because otherwise I'm going to forget. The first thing that I notice, because I am an army and I'm used to seeing symbology and numbers, it's a very numerological fan base. We would be great at Kabbalah. 4 candles. I don't know if that means anything, but definitely giving ritual, definitely giving old magic. Another thing that shows up is the cycles of the moon, which in a lot of religious imagery, just what I'm drawing from here, is a symbol of birth or rebirth, mostly because women's cycles are aligned with the moon. So if you're getting born on a lunar cycle. We finally see this character's emergence when the moon is at its waxing gibbous, which, thank you for doing that in the right direction. But then it goes back to being a crescent later on, almost like it's re-shrinking into itself. So time kind of going backwards in that portion of the video. I'm not sure whether that symbolizes anything either. Obviously, there is the clawing for the apple. All of us daughters of Eve, rise up, I guess. And then we get the offering of a heart. Looks like a heart to me, this smooth kind of muscle, roughly the size of an apple. So that's grisly, but I do get the picture. And then finally, something else that I noticed is the kind of movements that this person is doing seems like they're learning how to walk for the first time. So definitely a birth forward kind of video that we're getting here. Seems like bro's getting born. Congratulations on your birthday. I will continue.
the lights down. Come on, find out. You said the lights down. Come on, find out.
Okay, thanks. I'll take that. Okay. Nice. Yeah, I'm definitely getting the picture. So for sure, birth moment, hello, we're here. I was a little bit confused by this in the moment, but I think it's clearer to me now. Towards the beginning of the video, there was an offering made to the center of the candle circle, which is 5 candles. Sorry, I saw 4. 5 candles. Does that mean it's a 5-piece? Maybe. But originally that offering of the heart and the apple was made to the center of the circle in order to facilitate the birth of this persona, the birth of this group. And then at the end, that same offering is made to us, the viewer.
Elisa, for me? Thank you.
Which is nice. Apples are great, actually. Apples, can I say they're an underrated fruit? I feel like they are an underrated fruit. I was walking back from my stargazing night the other night, and somebody had left an apple out on the table, so I took it, and I ate it on the way home. It was real nice. Love a good apple. Give me more apples, actually. That would be my hope for the next couple of videos. Give me more apples. I think that would be nice. I do appreciate the symbolism here that this is a kind of, I guess, offering made to either us, the audience, or to some higher power in order to facilitate their rise into the music scene. So, great work. I'm gonna move on to Fields of Elation, which also has a music video, and see if that gives me a little bit more context. Get ready to get elated.
The daylight recedes and you listen. This room buries the eyes like death in motion. Nobody else can pull me out. The fields of elation, quiet and lonely. Your name is a sin I breathe like oxygen, caught in the careless arms of lust again. Nobody else can pull me out. The fields of elation, quiet and lonely.
Usually when an artist does this kind of thing, they have space imagery in their videos. I'm kind of like, well, you gotta do it right, because it's, my culture is not your costume. But I do actually kind of appreciate this, the asteroid field imagery here. In real life, asteroids are not that close together. I need you to know this. If you are flying a spaceship through your asteroid field, you are not going to be in danger. They are all miles apart. It's gonna be fine. Other than that, I guess we're seeing fields. This one looks more like a visualizer to me than a music video, although maybe we'll get some more backstory later on. Back to it. on. I'm gonna take a closer look at this mask. I'm gonna have to take a little bit of a closer look at this and then maybe see if I can find a slightly clearer image and cross-reference with... What could this be? I'll have to double check this, and I will have an answer by the time this music video ends. Ooh, more vocals. Okay. Well, so it looks like the point that they're trying to get across is this is the creation of the mask. Another sort of birth type video, again, sort of with the plants growing from the rain and stuff like that. But I think the main point that I need to get through my head is the symbol on the mask itself, because they seemed to really want you to see that. So let me just quickly go and do my research. Okay, so maybe I'm overthinking this. A lot of people online seem to think that it's just an S&T, which would just mean sleep token. Something else that it kind of reminds me of though, in its design, the fact that the S sort of wraps around the T, is the rod of Asclepius, not the caduceus, which is your staff and then two intertwining snakes. That's a different thing, but a staff with a single snake twining around it. Asclepius kind of has a sad story in Greek mythology. He was a doctor, according to the myth, and was so very good at his ministrations to his patients that he began to be able to bring people back from the dead. And this angered the god of the dead. Mostly what I remember about Asclepius, though, is his daughter Hygeia, who's credited with bathing her patients and making sure that they were clean prior to ministering to them otherwise. So yeah, I mean, that's what I remember. It may have nothing to do with this at all. They have not mentioned any connection to the medical arts. I look forward to some more symbology and stuff. I like thinking this hard. I like being made to think this hard. This is a good place for my fangirl tendencies to go. So next video will probably end up being Hey Ya, because what the hell, guys? Look out for that one. That one's probably gonna be my favorite to film in a while. I love that song so much. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.